Well, yesterday I did not execute to my liking, but today I did. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. I'm back at it. This is the daily recap for Thursday, July the 24th. And I was upset with myself yesterday and this morning, this morning after yesterday's kind of not executing very well on my trade plan. And today I did and caught a really nice trade on the Dow Jones today. One and done, but up 154 across each of my two funded accounts. So that was a win. Had a pretty nice week so far. Let's look at the stats first, then we'll dive into the trade itself. So here's today, $300, no biggie, two accounts. But this week, last week I couldn't win, and this week I can't lose. Now I said it, I didn't really mean to, because tomorrow I'll probably have a red day. But anyway. This week has just been really good, up $1,100. On the month, we're almost back to green, which is good. I'm looking at this week's stats by themselves. Weekly or monthly, in my opinion, is more importantly than daily, but all winners. I have not lost this week so far. Cross your fingers and your toes. Hopefully we can wrap it up tomorrow and have another green day tomorrow and have a solid week. And then last week, I really couldn't win. Last week was... I think two winning trades, 12.5% win rate. This says 3, but it was really 2 because I think right here I had, somewhere here I had two funded accounts. But anyway, on the month, I'm kind of curious where the monthly stats are at. This month we're down 440, 52% win rate, which is about normal. I'm still a little bit off on my win to loss, and just looking at the daily numbers here, I've had a $400 winning day, 265, 300 the last couple of days. My biggest losing day was 691. I had a couple of $400 losers. I really need to, try to avoid that type of thing from happening, or grab a couple of $600-700 winning days to make up for that with the same amount of accounts, a couple $300 losing days. But overall, it really wasn't that bad of a month, honestly. I just had a very tough week last week, and the only change I made really was going to the 5-minute chart. And I'm not saying that made a huge difference, but it definitely feels better from a trading perspective for me to trade on the 5-minute. But anyway, this was the trade this morning. So let me just set the table for you. This was the pre-market trade plan, which I typically look at on the 30-minute or 60-minute chart. But this is that level around the 44,800s, and yesterday I was looking for a pullback to that level in a long. I got long, but sold the position right about there. I didn't catch the big move like I was expecting would happen, so I was a little bit salty about that. And then this morning we were sitting somewhere here when I did my pre-market plan, and I said, hey, if this thing tests this 800 again and looks like it's bouncing, I'm definitely going to take that long again. I can't miss that 2 days in a row, and thankfully I did. It was a little bit tricky. Because right here, this is around 8:50, 9 o'clock area, we started consolidating, and we really held that consolidation, and we never tested that level like not like to the level, so to speak. So my thought process after we had news at 9:45, and we still didn't lose that overnight low. This blue line is the overnight low of day. And we didn't lose that, and so I said, well, I'm going to go in with only 3 contracts with the expectation that we may chop around here and we may go back down and test it, and if we do, I'll add. So for that reason, I was only in with 3 contracts, and we never did that retest. But the good part is I got the full trade. I was really tempted when we got this pullback. I got the first 2 targets, and again, I wish I would have left this one up here. I just have to leave some of the stuff alone. I get a little bit too worried that the trade won't work or whatever. The game plan was there. I put the time in the morning to look at the charts to figure out what I want to do if certain things occur, so on and so forth. But anyway, I missed maybe a little bit of opportunity of not leaving one of the contracts sitting here and the last one up top. But anyway, we had that big pullback, and I was really tempted to move my stop all the way up here to like the first contract, and if that would have happened, I would have gotten taken out and the move would have occurred. My ultimate target was the 45,120s. I was targeting 45,120, but I decided, you know what, I've told myself so many times, leave the stop alone, leave the stop alone. And as this was doing this pullback, I started doing some math and realized with the first couple of targets the contracts off, my stop was actually sitting all the way down here. Now, I never used that risk, so I set the risk really right here at this low of day. But even if I would have got stopped out, where my stop loss was sitting at, I was like, I'm still having a break-even trade. So let it go. That's where I do myself dirty, is I move my stop and then I get stopped out and I miss the moves. And so I said, I'm letting it go. And wouldn't you know it, we pushed back up here, did another little break and retest of this area, pushed up, and after we tested this 100 area several times, I decided I was going to take profit, and that ended up being the high of day on the Dow Jones. So very, very well executed. That's not always going to be the case where you grab that, but I was looking at this going, man, we're testing it, and we don't seem to be able to break it. So I may just need to take some profit and just get out of that trade with a really nice trade. So, and again, good, nice 2 hour, a little bit over 2 hour trade. So I was very, very happy with it. So anyway, one and done. And the one thing on this second Tradeify account that I've got here, this is the advanced eval that I passed. So with that one, I need to have 5 days of 150 or more in profit. So we have 2 days in a row now. Yesterday we were 200 maybe. Yeah, yesterday was 212. Today 150. So on that new account, 2 days in now, I've got 2 of the $150 days. So that's good. And the other account that I've had for 2 weeks now almost. Last week I lost 1,100 on it. This week I made back 700 so far. So that's good. Move in the right direction. On the eval front, had just kind of a rough day. Didn't really lose much. I was in the red a little bit. Really just kind of got chopped around on the NASDAQ. I did pass. I got another Apex account and passed it at pretty much passed it at the open, at market open this morning. I think I closed the trade at like 2,700 in profit. And then I just kind of scalped my way with micros to get that account passed. So at least tomorrow we'll be back to having another funded Apex account. And then the other accounts, the Alpine account, we didn't do much damage, down $100 today. The other ones are, 170, 200, 120, whatever. So no big deal. I was at one point, I think I was up like 200 across the board on these, and just got caught taking some dumb trades. I really wasn't paying that much attention to the market today because I was done. I think this trade was over by about 11:30. So after lunch, I was just kind of done, and I wasn't focused on the market. And that's really not a good thing to do if you're trying to take trades. And so I would just, every now and then I would kind of see where the market's at, and I would just jump in on some of this stuff here. And I lost the profit that I had on those evals. So thankfully I decided to walk away before I, end up, with a big red day on evals, even though they're just evals. I do want to pass them. And I'm really got my heart set on passing this 150K account that I got from Alpine. So I really want to pass that account. So definitely being a little bit more disciplined. And I think what I might have to do is, increase the position size and maybe, trade with a mini or a couple of minis and really just trade the open with it, or, just look for some really key setups and then maybe just trade that account and try to push it across and get it passed. So, but anyway, good day. I'm very happy with it. Nice to have that other eval and continue to have a green week on the funded accounts, which is awesome. So again, thanks for following along. I appreciate you all. Reminder that the Apex sale does end tonight at midnight. So if you need Apex accounts, 80% off is a pretty good deal. So thank you for using my code, those of you that do. Apex, Take Profit, and TradeZilla, all good with code BCT, giving you those discounts, and that supports the channel, and I do appreciate that. Thank you very much, and thanks for following along. I just appreciate it. Thanks for commenting, those of you that do every now and then, and yeah, hopefully you had a green day, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'm going to do my best to keep the head on straight, not go crazy, not have a big red day. If we end up losing tomorrow, let's keep the loss to a minimum. I think those are just things to, I don't plan to lose, but red days are going to happen. We know that. There's no such thing as being right 100% of the time. So just not letting things get out of hand is a very, very big part of trading. Very big part of trading. A lot of this is mental, sometimes more than strategy or technical. So anyway, I'm starting to ramble and I don't really want to do that. So again, thank you guys. Appreciate the support. Thanks for following along. Hope you guys had a green day, green week. Keep at it. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care and so long.